Welcome to Maths 101. In today's video, we're going to look at solving this quadratic equation by completing the square. Completing the square is an alternative method to solve a quadratic equation alongside factorizing and using the quadratic formula. Now, if you didn't see my last video, I actually mentioned that the quadratic formula was derived from the completing the square method, and I'll do that in another video. But for today, I'm going to focus on solving this quadratic equation here by completing the square. So and the reason why I'm showing you this, because in an exam, the question could actually specify or force you to use a certain method. So it's good to know how to do it in multiple ways as well. So the first step you need to know, if you want to complete the square, is to get rid of the constants. Now, the constant is this term here, and the one without a variable attached to it. You see how these two both have x's attached to it, or variables. But this 28 here, it does not, so it's a constant. So what you want to do is you want to get rid of that constant. This is the first step in completing the square. So how you get rid of it is you minus 28 from both sides. So you will get 4 minus 28, and you will be left with negative 24. The next step you want to do is halve this middle term here of the expression, which is 6, square it, and you add it to both sides. So it's 36, because 6 squared is 36, so we add 36 to both sides. So here we will have 12, negative 24 plus 36 is 12. And the next step is, now you should be able to factorize this. And here, our two numbers are 6 and 6. Add to give 12 and multiply to give 36, and those two numbers will both be the same. It'll either always be 6 and 6, or 3 and 3, or 2 and 2, or whatever. So we can write this, and we can just write it like this instead of writing the bracket out twice. And that equals 12, and x plus 6 is equal to plus or minus root 12. Don't forget that plus or minus. We can actually simplify that and rewrite that as plus or minus 2 root 3, because root 12 can be written as root 4 root 3, and that can be written as 2 root 3. Just a little note on the side, okay? Anyway, now moving back to the question. Then all we need to do is subtract 6 from both sides. So x is equal to negative 6 plus or minus 2 multiplied by root 3. So there are your two answers. X equals negative 6 plus 2 root 3, or x equals negative 6 minus 2 root 3. So just to reiterate, the steps to complete the square are: step 1, let me just write this down. Step 1 is to get rid of constant. So you can see up here, we got rid of this 28, we moved it to the other side, and then we got down to this stage here where there was no constants. Step 2 is to halve the middle term, square it, and add that number to both sides. So in this case up here, we had a 12. Half of 12 is 6. 6 squared is 36. Then we added 36 to both sides in this line here. Oh, sorry, it was a bit messy. Yeah, so we added 36 to this side here. And then, but whatever you did on one side, you must do to the other side. So we also did it here. Then, the final step is to complete the actual square, just to complete the square. So to factorize it how you normally would. And the number that you get, so your two numbers that you get, that add to give this and that multiply to give that, if you've done it correctly, those two numbers should be the same. So you complete the square, and then from there on, it's pretty simple to solve. Take the square root of both sides, gives you plus or minus, and then we just simplify that root 12, got rid of the positive 6 from both sides, and we were left with those two solutions. So that is how you complete the square. I hope this video has helped. If you don't understand anything, please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.